It was a big announcement at Trump National Golf Club that brought out our city council and, yes, the big man himself, Mr. Donald Trump. He told everyone that he would be joining forces with the PGA to host a very big tournament. Here's more.
On behalf of the PGA of America, we are pleased to report that the 2015 PGA Grand Slam of Golf will be played on October 19th through 21st, right here at Trump National Golf Club, Los Angeles.
This is a wonderful asset for our city, and you're right, it's had a rocky road in the past. We had the 18th hole fall off into the ocean through a landslide. I think it's one of the most expensive holes in the history of golf to put that back into place, but we're now at a place where this gorgeous golf course is here, and it looks like the PGA is interested in having their tournaments here.
The council and the mayor have been so terrific on making this event and other things possible, and I have to thank you all, mayor and council. I have to thank you all. You've been so spectacular. And we're doing a lot of things, and a lot of great money is being raised for children and for charities and for many other things. And it's just an honor to be involved. And I have to say that the golf business and the golf industry is doing really, really well. You don't hear that from too many people because they focus on other things. But if you have the right product in the right location, you are doing really, really well. It's a great industry to be in, and it's a very successful industry and a very important industry. And it's an industry that raises more money for charity than practically any other, and I think far more money for charity than any other sport. So that's a very good thing. So you should be very proud to be in it, and we're very proud to be associated with you. And the PGA of America wanted to have their big championship here, and so we're having the Grand Slam right here. And it's the four major winners. Those are the four best players in golf, essentially, and we look forward to it.
Why was it important for you to work with Mr. Trump?
Well, he is so passionate about the game. He truly loves the game. He loves supporting it, he loves investing in it, and he loves playing it. And we're developing really a pretty unique relationship with Mr. Trump and the Trump organization. And when we were looking for great sites to bring excitement and energy to the PGA Grand Slam of golf, this was the perfect example. To have four of the best players in the world play this type of golf course with the breathtaking views and the sense of drama that it has, and then the added component that we're just, well, you know better than I do, but less than a half an hour from downtown LA. It's the perfect formula for success. We think the players will love it, the spectators will love it, and obviously having him here and being such a big part of it bodes well for our success here.
The tournament will take place later in the year in October. And Trump National Golf Club was a very busy venue as the Palos Verdes Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual business awards at the golf club. Mark J. Dottie was there for all the festivities.
Hi Maria, we're here at the Salute to Business event at Trump National. This event is held every year by the Palos Verdes Peninsula Chamber of Commerce to help support our local businesses.
This is our annual Salute to Business event where we really shine a spotlight on some of our outstanding local businesses. These are businesses that have been nominated by other chamber members and selected for excellence in any number of areas.
And how do you find which businesses you want to nominate and I guess elect to win these awards?
Great question. So all of the nominees need to, of course, be Chamber of Commerce members because we're a membership organization. And so we have a nominating forum, and other chamber members will write about why they think, for example, Misto Cafe is so outstanding. And they might talk about the fact that Chef Louise started in the kitchen 20 years ago and worked his way up and now owns the restaurant and has built a really successful business. Or it might be Kaiser Permanente opening a brand new hospital. So it's really up to the chamber member to talk about why they think the particular business should be recognized.
And the committee reviews all of those? Is that
yes,
how the committee's involved?
Yes, we have a committee of chamber members who meet and they review all the nominations anonymously so they don't know who submitted the nomination, and then they turn their recommendations over to our board of directors who has the final seal of approval.
So it's a real honor when someone gets this award.
Absolutely, because we have some incredible businesses in this community, and all of the businesses you're going to hear about this evening have a different story. story. We have a restaurant, we have a dance studio, we have a professional services firm, we have a hospital, and they all are being recognized for everything from economic impact to giving back to the community. In some cases, it's involvement and support of the Chamber of Commerce, but they all have their own story and a reason why they are outstanding. As a matter of fact, we had a record number of nominations this year, and so we actually have a record number of award winners. Not everyone was selected, so but we do have a record number of awardees this evening.
And how early do you start working on an event like tonight for Salute to Business? When does the conversation start?
A year in advance, and sometimes not. Sometimes it's even 6 months in advance, but we're ready to make it happen. There's events that all of a sudden they lose a venue, for instance, not necessarily anyone on the Hill, and they're looking for a place last minute, and we're there to accommodate them.
And now with the PGA news, we know that the Trump organization is going to be a lot busier here. Are you still going to be able to accommodate all the kind of different organizations you've been working with in the past?
Definitely. Charity and nonprofits are very, very close to our heart, let alone Mr. Trump's heart. So we're going to make sure we make it happen for them, and I think it's going to be a spectacular venue, and it's more excitement even brought because of the PGA, and we're excited. Either way, we're excited to host them, no matter PGA Grand Slam or not. They're all welcome.
I think this is a really important event. These businesses work hard year-round, and I think it's always important to recognize the outstanding businesses in the community and give them some acknowledgement for what they too provide for the community. And this particular annual event provides that, and there's some great nominations here, and I look forward to being able to talk with them.
Doug, this is your second time at Trump, and it seems like every time you come, it's a party here.
I thought it was just for my benefit, but apparently not. But this is just a really nice venue. I'd love to make it a daily occasion maybe, but it's really special. It's a good time for me to meet everybody here and mingle with businesses and the people that really make a difference in this community.
Yeah, and this tonight is Salute to Business. So, and you with your city experience, what do you think about cities and businesses working together? Is there a partnership?
I think, yeah, they really should work hand in hand. And, you know, in the case of the Peninsula, in the case of Rancho Palos Verdes, it's about making the shopping and dining experience better for residents, not just bringing people in. So that everyone who lives here wants to spend their dollars here. And then it's better for both. It's better for the businesses that are here, better for residents. We keep our sales tax dollars here at home where they can work for us. And so that'll certainly be one of the things I'll try and do is work with businesses, work with residents, to how can we continue to make things better.
When it comes to events, Trump National always hits a hole in one. And remember to shop and dine locally. For RPV TV, this is Mark J. Dottie.
And when we come back, we have some important information for our residents. And it's that time of year when everyone becomes a whale watcher. We'll be right back.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
RPV residents, mark your calendars for the following events. The City of RPV and EDCO are offering a free paper and document shredding day on April 18th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Certified trucks will be at the event to shred all of your documents confidentially on site. There's a 3-box limit. EDCO will also collect your unwanted or obsolete electronic items such as computers, TVs, monitors, VCRs, and DVD players. Free mulch will also be available on a self-serve, self-load, and self-haul basis. And on April 25th, the city will be hosting the annual LA County-sponsored Household Hazardous Waste and Electronics Roundup from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Both events will be held at the RPV Civic Center, Upper Point Vicente parking lot area. And if you have a senior in your life, this next story can help save their life. RX for Life is a program set up to assist paramedics and firefighters in case of an emergency. Here's more from local resident Kathy Berg.
When first responders come to help you, the paramedics, the firefighters, they need to know all about you, meaning they need to know your health history. They need to know what meds you're taking, what medications. So basically, we have this form, and you fill the form out. And we have a pencil. You fill it out in pencil so you can update it as things change, erase and change. You roll it up, and you put it in this bottle. Plastic medicine bottle. You put your name here right at the bottom. You can write this one in pen. Okay. So you're going to take the lid off. You're going to roll this up. Trust me, it fits. You roll it up, put it in there. Voila. You place it in your refrigerator. Nice. Top right-hand shelf. Then you use this magnet. You place this magnet on your refrigerator, kind of in the upper right-hand corner. And we have an optional decal. This decal goes in your window, or if you have a window on a door, or if your refrigerator doesn't do magnets, this might work on your refrigerator. So basically the whole idea is to have this information available to first responders when they come to your home in an emergency. One firefighter said to me, if your husband is on the floor and he's unconscious, and you're standing there, well, naturally you're a nervous wreck. What do you know about his medications? I mean, there's no way. They have to literally scramble and go get all the medications, put them in a bag, or tell you to do it. It's a very difficult situation if it's an emergency. So this really helps them immensely. They take this out, look at it, they can take the form to the hospital. After the program launched in 2001, the fire department called and said, you know what? We went to a house and they were on RX for Life. They were a part of the program and it helped save their lives. If you cannot come to the event, you can go to the PV Chamber of Commerce, and they're on Silver Spur Road, Suite 100. Peninsula Seniors in RPV. Fire Station 106, that's the one on Indian Peak, Rolling Hills. Fire Station 56, 12 Crest Road behind the gates. Fire Station 83, and that's 83 Miralles Plaza. And that's RPV, and Fire Station 53 on PV Drive South in RPV. And they all have boxes of kits just like this. The most important thing is that this program potentially could save your life, and it's free.
And if you would like to pick up an RX for Life kit, they are free, and you can call area code 310-541-6005. And when we come back, it's baseball season here on the Hill. And if you're looking for something fun to do for the whole family, do we have an event for you? Don't go away.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
And in sports, it's time for baseball for both the pros and the high schools here on the Hill. Now, both PV High and Peninsula are gearing up for their seasons. I caught up with Peninsula head coach John Handgardner, who told me what it's going to take to be competitive in 2015.
Yeah, we have quite a few seniors, and with all the seniors that we had last year, many of them had to play JV in order to get playing time. So we do come in here with a lot of seniority and maturity, but we don't have a whole lot of game experience when it comes to varsity level. So that was a concern of ours, but over the summer, I think we had a really good summer. This team has kind of really gelled together, and I think the seniority with the guys who are returning, Josh Weisinger, AJ Heslop, and Andrew Phillips, are going to help those guys kind of get accustomed to what it's like to play varsity baseball. So I think we should be okay when it comes to maturity-wise.
You know, getting to Bay League obviously is the goal. As coaches, what do you sort of work on together to get these guys there?
As a staff, we're always trying to think of new things to try and keep our guys motivated. That's a tough thing when we're out here day in and day out grinding. So we try and have some fun out here, you know, and but we work hard. I mean, and guys are getting a sense of working hard is fun. and the result is winning. And so, I mean, winning's fun, and losing's not fun. I mean, you could have a great time and lose, and that's not going to be fun. So it's just about the work ethic we're trying to instill in these guys, and the process of how do we build a championship program. And we've had a lot of success the last couple of years, and so we'll see what we have this year. With the young crew, as far as not talent, but as far as varsity experience, we'll see what we got.
A lot of the guys have talked about the fact that they get together, off school time, off baseball time, just to kind of get to know each other better, which helps with chemistry as well.
Yeah, and they seem to be starting to gel, and as a group, and so guys are holding guys accountable for missing practice or slacking in practice, and so that's a good thing. That's what we really didn't see in the beginning or in the summer. So you're starting to see some leaders come up, and that's what we really needed. And so we'll see if that works out, because I mean, you got to win as a team, and individuality doesn't work in baseball. So that's a big aspect here.
It's definitely a team sport, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and we can't win with one guy. We have to have 9 guys playing.
And on the next Peninsula Beat, we will travel to PV High to talk baseball with Coach Evan Fujita, who will tell us how their season is shaping up. Now, next up in our park series, John Clayton takes us to a very popular location where people come to visit from all over the world.
We're talking with Daniel Troutner, the Rec Services Manager of the Point Vincenti Interpretive Center, and we're standing here in the lobby. And Dan, this is a pretty impressive thing. I mean, we got a big skeleton up there, and this, I guess, is a whale up there. Right. Tell us a little bit about what some of the things are.
What we have here is a skeleton of a 1-year-old gray whale that washed up on shore down in Mexico several years back. It was purchased and then donated to the city, and actually our docents were the group responsible for recreating and mounting. So we have the whale skeleton of the gray whale. We also have a few-week-old gray whale that kind of gives visitors, when they come in, it's a real impact piece, and it gives them an idea of scale and size.
So Dan, we're standing in a place and I see a sign that says Native People, and yet there's all sort of displays here. So tell us about this. What exactly is it?
Right, so this is our Tonga Village exhibit. It gives visitors an opportunity to see what life was like back for the early settlers, the natives to the hill. This is a Tonga village, and it shows a family and what they might be engaging in at the time.
And they had this here on the peninsula?
Correct. And then we also have artifacts that are in display cases, and it's a big hit with the school groups and the tours.
Isn't it wonderful? I always think it's wonderful that people through the ages save stuff like this. I mean, when you look at all this artifacts here, I think it's wonderful that people save that.
Right. It not only is it it's a blessing that we're able to have these artifacts donated to the city, but it's a great opportunity for us to put them on display and help with the school tours.
You keep mentioning schools, and I think that's wonderful. So if you have a school, that needs to go out and do things, this is a great place to come. But in regard to that, Dan, all this stuff here and all the stuff around the Interpretive Center, are the people, when school groups come, that sort of go around with the groups and explain what everything is?
Correct. We have our docent group, our Los Serenos docent and volunteer group. They're our partnership program here with the city, and they are able to give tours that are scheduled, whether it's a school group or it's another, we have sometimes senior groups that come through. But we also have a daily docent that's here and gives a free tour for anyone who is interested in having a led tour through the museum.
So we're standing surrounded by whales. This is kind of scary, right?
Right. So this is our marine mammals portion of the tour. Folks can come in, and we have interactive whale. We also have a display that gives kind of a scale and size of the different whales. We also have our theater, which has a touch screen, and folks can choose between several different movies that highlight the hill, marine land, and information on the marine mammals and fish.
I think that's interesting, because so often when you see whales on television or wherever, they're so enormous. So I think to have the kind of displays you've got here, where you can see up close and personal how big or how small they are.
They can grow up to well over 100 feet.
And the thing, it's probably my British sense of humor, but when you say interactive whale? I mean, well, that's kind of weird.
Right. So this is our interactive whale, and John, if you want to go ahead and take a look in that door, you might get an idea of what the inside of a whale will look like.
Whoa, oh my goodness me! Look at that! Woo! The inside of a whale. I've never seen that before. So come on down, and you can see inside a whale. Come on down.
And finally, the biggest event in RPV is upon us. That's right, you are invited to join us this Saturday for Whale of a Day. The annual event is held at the Palos Verdes Interpretive Center from 10 to 5. Now, Whale of a Day celebrates the migration of the gray whale. We caught up with Mona Dill, who tells us more about the big day.
Whale of a Day is a really awesome day where any environmental organizations having anything to do with the ocean all come together, and we celebrate the migration of the California gray whale in our community.
How many years have you been to Whale of a Day?
Oh, this is our 31st year, so this is pretty exciting.
Anything new this year?
Well, we have a couple things that are new. We have a giant marine mammal mural that people can come up and color. We're also going to have a photo opportunity booth. People can use their own cameras, but we're going to have whales and sharks and octopus and different things that they can take their pictures with, so that'll be fun. We also have some goats. You may have seen goats around Rancho Palos Verdes, so we're kind of trying to educate the people. Why are there goats in our community right now? It's all part of the fire fuel modification program, because those goats are really efficient, much more efficient than a weed whacker. So we have jumpers for kids and an obstacle course. We have 21 organizations. We have 18 vendors, all celebrating about environment and things that are going on in our community that are related to our oceans and our wildlife in the area. We also have photo opportunities. We have a great passport program for kids. We've got entertainment going on all day.
And of course, we're talking about the whales. How is the whale migration looking this year? How's it been looking?
So this has been a really good year. So let's take last year, for example. We had 2,955 whales last year. So this year to date, and the season's not even over, we have 3,209 whales to date. So this is really exciting for that, to celebrate the migration.
And part of the celebration of Whale of a Day and that day is celebrating the migration of the whales in ways like when we spot a whale, they ring a bell, and when you walk around booth to booth, there's lots of information about whales and other aquatic animals.
That's correct. So it's not just about the whale, but of course, whales are at the top of our list. But we even have a Save the Manatee group, for example. So we have lots of organizations out here.
And how much does it cost, and where do people park?
Well, the event itself is free. They will have to park up at Rancho Palos Verdes City Hall, and we have a free shuttle service to bring people down to the event. So you might want to spend a little money on lunch and perhaps some of the wristbands to go on the inflatables.
So tell me about that. So there's going to be food here. You can come hungry, and there will be food booths around?
That's correct. The good part about it is Los Serenos Docents will be serving burgers and hot dogs, and that goes directly back into their educational program, which is nice. So you're getting some good buck for your dollar there. And then we also have Pina's Mexican food if you want something with a little different flavors. So.
And what are the wristbands for?
And that's for our inflatables. It's rides in little toddler interactive maze. It's kind of a fun place for the kids to hang out.
Come early and stay all day, and don't forget the kettle corn. It's always a must for me. That will do it for us. From everyone here at RPV TV, make it a great day.